I start today's episodes pondering the amount of work I've got to do, just the sheer amount of work, and only 1 week left. I've got to get started. And started I did. First off, removing the skirting from the lounge room so I could get that damn carpet out. This carpet was absolutely filthy. It was ranked. You can see the stains on it as I'm pulling it off. Heavy as well. Goodness me, it was heavy. I struggled to get it out the door, to be honest, but I got it out in the end. And then the underlay, which wasn't as filthy. Just going to show you a close-up of this, what I'm doing here. So this is what was securing the carpet. And as you can see, he's also stapled, or they've stapled the underlay. So that all needs to be removed. So with the staples, just gonna just angle myself here. Just try to bash them out as best I can. See, that didn't come out, so I might just do this. And that's broken the staple, and that's smooth now. Yeah, I know, not best practice, but you know, whatever works. With this, try to get them out. Should just all pop out if you do it under the nail. Alright, I'll put it back on time lapse because I'm sure you don't want to watch me do this very slowly. So, you get to watch me do it very quickly. And I got to work. Going around on my knees, taking this damn, I still don't know what it's called, but it's spiky. It stabbed me half a dozen times. And in some places, there was just a million nails holding it down. I just didn't see why. Staples all through the floor, which needed to be removed because I can't put the floating floor on top of that. But by this time, I was running out of food, so I needed to go to the grocery store. So I ran into Kuma, grabbed some groceries, came back, and then stuck them all in my fridge. So I could probably be a little bit healthier. I do like the grains bread, just because white bread is ultra processed. I should not be drinking these. I'm so bad, but it's literally what keeps me going are energy drinks. So, naughty boy, very naughty boy. These to mix with yogurts and the acai or fruit bowls, whatever you want to call them. And there's like frozen fruits. Nice Greek yogurt. Some more. A bit frozen in the bag. And then naughty as well, I bought some ice cream because when my dad was here, he came to help me. He bought some apple pies, of which we never got around to eating. So this will be my treat for myself, some apple pie and ice cream. So I've gone in shopping today. I did not intend to, but I checked the weather, and the weather in 2 days' time, today is Monday, so on Wednesday, I'm due to get a downpour of rain. I need to clean that up. If I had a better half, that would be bashing my head with the amount of mess I make. So, yeah, I got a little bit through this, of which you'll see on the time lapse. And I will get the floor laid down today. However, I have the lump of carpet I need to move to the burning pile. Well, no, actually, no, not going to burn it. Down to the shed, because I may reuse that for something.
And I need to get this pile inside because I do not want that to get wet because that costs a lot of money. I still have tiles all in the back of the ute, which I need to unload. And I've got about, oh goodness, you can't see in there, can you? Oh, I have to do that. Haha. Probably couldn't see either. That was shit. Anyway, whatever. So I have about a week, just under a week left here before I need to go back to Sydney for work for a week, and then I'm here most of the time, like 80% of the time I'm here, then 20% of the time back in Sydney, just because my role that I do for work, I need to be physically there sometimes. Well, enough of the time anyway. So let's get back to work. Let's get the rest of this skirting off, the rest of this stuff. I'm not quite sure what the technical name is, but the stuff that was holding the carpet on. Get the rest of these staples out. Then we'll get flooring. Get the rest of the floating floor in. We didn't have any of the gold trim that I needed for in between the floors. So I need to go to Canberra anyway and buy a security system for when I'm not here. And that will be kind of the last few things that I do. So fit the trims, do this cupboard, do the rest of this floor, get the floorboards inside, and then I'll start plastering the ensuite. And I think we'll be really cooking with some gas and we'll be full steam ahead. And I'll probably just make that my second episode, maybe a little bit more. I want to do a night walk where I go through and scare myself on the property. Let's see how that goes. All right, back to it.
But you're not going to see the night walk on this episode. Unfortunately, the Amazon delivery driver refused to deliver the parcel to my apartment building while I wasn't there, which is strange because my housemates were there ready to pick up the package anyway, but each to their own. I guess that's their policy. Anyway, so I was removing the rest of that floor, and the tiles, I realized, just were not, they just did not use the right adhesive. They just weren't stuck there very well, and they were literally falling off. So I ended up making even more work for myself, removed the tiles, but you can see I'm now cooking with some gas here, starting to make some progress, get rid of all those staples that were holding down the underlay for the carpet, and
Okay, so finally finished. It's, goodness me, 4:15. Carpet removed. The tiles, which a few they used a lot of adhesive on, and then others they used just sweet FA on. So that was hard. That added a couple of hours. I had to go into town today to get groceries. I've now got these gaps which present an uneven, because they're not even or flush, as builders would say. And then we've got a dip here. And then I see here they've had weather coming in or something, or and they've just let it rot away a bit. So I'm going to fill up these with builder's bog, fill up that a bit with builder's bog, these with builder's bog, and why I've got the builder's bog out, bog up this, maybe this little one here. Yeah, and I think that will be it for the builder's bog. Then I'll let that dry, I'll go have a shower, and I need to get this inside today. So I still have to get all this inside. So I'll get all the packets inside for that, and then I will very painfully get the rest of them inside and stack them down in the main bedroom. I've just got no choice, otherwise they're going to get wet and I don't want to risk ruining them.
so I got to work with that builder's bog, and boy oh boy did that set fast.
Oh my goodness, that went quick. That's what she said. Yeah. So I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but I got that rotting part done. I cut the rod out and bogged it up, so we'll take that as a win. We'll throw this out to the tip that goes. And I just dropped my scraper, damn it. Come out there and get that later. I will start preparing to lay floorboards, 4:30. Yeah, I'll start moving boxes inside, I think.
But if any one of yous have moved this floating floor before, you know these boxes are damn heavy. And I had well over a ton to move in the house. So I got a pretty good workout. I am truly exhausted after doing that. So I am gonna go soak in a nice hot bath because I am stuffed. I've been up and at it since 8 a.m. It's now 5 p.m. So, as some would say, full day's work. After my full day of work yesterday, I started bright and early the next day getting that flooring down. It was mighty satisfying. But I still had a couple of low spots. I kind of cheated. I used adhesive to stick the flooring down to make it permanently be flexed in that position rather than step on it and it flex and then bounce back. I thought, well, if I have it always in contact with something, by gluing it down, it's going to be a lot better. And to be honest, the best parts of my floor are like that. But it's a lot cheaper than having to spend a lot of money on the floor leveler, leveling it all out, getting it all perfect just to lay down this floor for a house that I don't know if it's going to last another 50 years or not. Maybe it will. If I take good care of it, it probably will. But you can just see the sheer amount of damage that's on this floor. There was no bringing it back, and then you've got half of a chipboard, not even. So no wonder he just stuck carpet straight over the top. Bit of a cheap way. I did luck out with the tiles though, where he's done that around the fireplace. The floating floor just slid straight in under it. So that was a beautiful fit. One of the small wins that I had laying this floor. Also had a nice little technique where I would cut out the corner, which when I was trying to flip them together, click them together, the corner kept on popping out. But if I cut the groove slightly, I could just click it in there nice and good. I did make a YouTube video about it, but I got absolutely blasted. So a few people commented and they were extremely negative comments. So I thought, if it's the wrong information, let's just take the video down. I don't want people to damage my floor. And they're pretty much accusing me of mass genocide of people's floors by even suggesting I cut a tiny little bit out of the groove. But each to their own. Just do what works for you in the end. Try ignore the haters. And I was walking down here to check the trail cam. And as we see, there's a danger noodle right where I need to walk. I ain't fucking walking that way. Fuck that. Ugh. So after my plans were thwarted by a big brown snake, I decided I was going to cross on the other dam. However, there were just a few problems with that. Of course, now every stick looks like a damn snake. Okay, I've got to cross. The one thing that can take me out of action is a snake bite. That I'm not, So, let's have a stop and a look first, eh? There doesn't look like there's anything here. I like the other one. This one's a lot more clear, so I should stomp my foot. Hopefully. See nothing. I just don't like brown snakes because they're so bloody aggressive. say, oh, but you're in their territory and stuff. Yeah, but fair dinkum, there's no need to chase people. Brown snakes can be downright damn aggressive. And look, I guess this is like the first warm spring day we've had, so I've kind of expected that there might be some about. So hopefully that was just a one-off. I can get across this creek without anything striking at me. Fair dinkum. No, it looks like we're safe. Alright, almost across. Oh, goodness me. Of course, now I'm like all scared for nothing. Because they should flee when they see me anyway, or hear me. So, anyway. Gonna be no more walking through the swamp or anything, will there? Alright, let's go up, let's check the trail cam before I lose the little bit of confidence I have left about snakes. I'm trying to find my trail cam. So I came up from the other direction because the snake was in my path. Oh, now every stick or anything that moves, oh, it's put me on edge. Oh, it's just up here, okay. Not too far off. Let's go check out. See, it's been, look at this, the deer have been here. Look at that. Okay. And the trail cam's literally just there. It's been 4 or 5 days since I've checked it last. Oh God, I just thought that was a snake there near where I put the corn. Just a stick. Okay, stop freaking out. Oh, look at this, look at this. All the corn is now gone. All of it. All right, exciting times. Let's check out. What do we have?
After thoroughly inspecting the area, ensuring there was no danger noodles where I was about to squat down, I then checked my trail cam.
Alright, let's have a look at what we have. Oh my goodness, wombat, wombat, wombat. Kangaroo. Me. Kangaroo. Kangaroo. I think a big fatty kangaroo ate it all. Okay, it doesn't look like any deer, but let's download them all. Download, please. And we'll have a better look.
Alright, so we've got a little kangaroo here. I think they're redneck. And if you look here, she's got a joey in the pouch. This is fatty wombat. This wombat ate so much of the corn, and it was nearly in every picture. Here's a possum. And then here is my fatty wombat. I'm going to call her Helga the hippo. And then I think this is a feral cat. Damn, that's no good.
Okay, forgive me for not looking at the camera. I am looking for snakes, danger noodles. So I've got the trail cam. So this will be the end of the trail cam for now. I did not get a deer, but got everything but a deer. But I got deer with my other camera, so not so bad. We know they're here, we know they're around, and we can see all their rub everywhere. Bloody stick, different color, looked like a bloody snake. Oh, goodness, the one phobia I have, snakes, and I had to move somewhere, there's so many. Oh well. What do they call it? Exposure therapy. I'm definitely going to get some exposure therapy for them, just being here. Anyway, so pack up the trail cam. That'll be the end of that. for the YouTube series. I'll show you those pictures shortly. And we're going to get back to renovating because I need to go back to Sydney in a week and I really, really want a bedroom when I come back.
And looking at the bedroom I have now, it is sad. I am living like a hobo. On the floor, mattress, blankets. Enough's enough. I've got to do something about it. I cannot function like this anymore. So I got stuck into it. Cleaning up the room first because, well, how are you going to renovate anything? Why, it's all messy. So got everything out of the room and removed the skirting because I'm going to gloss white it and I need to install the floor anyway. Painted the room, started off by cutting in. Whoops, had the iPhone in front of the GoPro then, didn't realize until I was watching this video, so that's a little bit funny. So the color I went with is actually the same color that is the lounge room, which is Eggshell Blue by Dulux. I just really like the color. It's more blues and green, but quite good. Anyway, so as you can see on this floor, I actually do use wedges and screws, and that is because I could literally put my hand down and touch the insulation that I'd put on the underfloor. That's how bad some of the flooring in this place was. And the amount of staples that had been just hammered in on this floor when I was installing it was just incredible. So there was just absolutely no reviving these floorboards. So I made a very good choice with the hybrid flooring. Not only does it provide a little bit of good insulation and stops any gaps from the existing floorboards by, sealing them up by obviously sitting on top of them. It looks really good. Anyway, I went and got some curtains from Bunnings, really cheap, really easy to install. I'm so glad I didn't do one of those 5-minute blinds or whatever places where it costs like, $200 or $300. It cost me literally $35 for curtains. And I got some flat packs from IKEA. Now, I am really glad the video is sped up here because when I was putting this together, just this part, I absolutely lost it. The bolts just did not go together. And you see me pull it apart, put it back, pull it apart, put it back, pull it apart, put it back. I'm like, why won't they clip in? Yeah, but I eventually got it to clip in one way or another. You probably can't see, but I actually end up just grabbing the power drill and putting a couple of screws through it. I'm just like, stuff this. You're going together one way or another, and if your damn clip ain't going to work, I'm going to make it work. And to be honest, I'd already wasted an hour on it. I wasn't wasting another minute, and it hasn't affected the function of the bed at all. It functions fine. So, no harm done. The bed actually does have some drawers underneath, which is super useful for storage. Now, I might have gone a little bit overboard when I went to Bunnings on the lighting and the plants and everything, but I think you guys will be really impressed with the end result. And this was my first bedroom makeover that I've done, so I kind of wanted to go all out and something special. I think all up, it was $2,000 in furniture and then about $600 from Bunnings in plants, lamps, lights, curtains, just all the small little stuff for the room, rugs, and those sort of things. And then, the paint I already had and the floor I already had. So it probably would have been about $20 or $30 in paint. And then, how to cost the floor? What sort of square meterage it is? The floor cost me $29 per square meter. And let's say it's 5 by 5 meters, the room. So you guys can work that math out. I'm not going to try work it out now in my head because I'll probably get it wrong. I did actually secure the closet to the wall using 6 anchor screws because I really don't want that to fall on top of me. So, you know what I was saying before about, sometimes you just double things, double dodgy, you make it double the strength. Yeah, I think I made it like about 6 times what the strength of it's supposed to be. But we're coming up here on the end of it. You'll see me put all my clothes in, and then we're going to have the room reveal. And I really hope you guys are impressed by it, because this was 2 days of hard work. Well, I have finished the bedroom. Oh, that's nice lighting, isn't it? Got this. Oh, I better turn the light back on. You can't see anything, can you? Some nice plants. This will be the first night in a long time I'm going to be sleeping in an actual room instead of on the floor like a hobo. So, yay. But yeah, check that out. Really good. Really happy with it. Nice, cozy, which is what we're going for. Even though it's like IKEA and Bunnings and, pretty stock standard stuff, you can still make the rooms pretty cozy if you use a bit of imagination and, I don't know, maybe they're not, maybe they're shit, but I like it, so that's all that matters. So, gonna go install some security cameras now because I need to go back to Sydney and I'm not too happy about leaving chainsaws and everything lying around, so let's go do that. And it is a pretty sorry state of affairs that most times the police won't even investigate a theft unless you have CCTV footage of it. They'll take down your complaint, they just won't investigate. So, just looking at the security cameras, can kind of see it. Would like just to screen record my phone, but it would be in the wrong aspect ratio. So you can see the security cameras are working. I opted for Swan rather than the other Chinese brand that they had, just because there was reviews saying that they were garbage. So I went for the more expensive ones, but they're high definition. You can zoom in, zoom out, and yeah, really good. So another job done. Now I was really starting to get in the home stretch, getting the gold trim down and getting the skirting back on. But first... Hey, so if you remember back to when I took the skirting off, I complained that they were like porcupines, the strongest part of the damn house. So, look at just the amount of nails in this nail gun. And, look, 4 nails just for that one section. Anyway, so, when he's nailed it, I can sort of understand why. Gone a little bit crazy with the nail gun, so I'm just going to cut them all off with the angle grinder. And flip them over, paint them. They're all labelled with where they need to go. I've just written on them in pencil, so I'm not there trying to put together an impossible jigsaw. So hopefully this goes smoothly. So safety glasses. Alright, I'll put it on time lapse and you'll watch me do it. So I went around with the angle grinder and just ground, not ground the nails off, just cut them off, sliced them. Really easy, actually. And then I flipped them all over because I was going to gloss paint them after that, of which you can see me doing now. Yep, there I am with the gloss whiting them. It was a beautiful, nice day outside, so they were going to dry nice and quickly. Unlike the preceding day's weather, which had all been wet and miserable. Just laid them there on the logs while I did it. And, some of the paint dripped on the grass, but no big deal. So, I bought some sort of, I think it was advertised as like some sort of debris rake. I thought, geez, just extended the length of my bucket with these forky things, and it will just be a monster of a machine for cutting firewood. So that has finally arrived, which I was a little bit concerned there for a while. It took a month and a half, a month and a half to travel from Canberra to Cooma. So obviously sitting in a depot somewhere in transit. Oh well, got it in the end. So let's fit it. Let's see what the tractor looks like. This is me. This is what homesteaders do. We don't pimp out cars or pimp up cars. We pimp up tractors. So let's pimp up my tractor.
And pimp up my tractor indeed. These things look mean, and they were solid. Well, they were heavy. Solid. Not that solid, but, they were heavy duty steel, which is good to see. Very easy to attach, just heavy. So I'm probably just going to keep them permanently on there unless I'm moving dirt, and I'll take them off.
Well, I have to say that has truly gone well beyond my wildest expectations. This is damn tough steel. Like, if this breaks, it'd be so funny. Damn, that's good. Like, this is off a... It's like a cheap website. I really hope it's not made using child slave labor, but this... I'm not sponsored or anything by them, so if I'm giving them a bit of a shout out, it means legit this is the second thing I've bought from them, and I am legitimately impressed with how good it is. And look, that nearly triples the amount of firewood that I can have, because I used to just have it stacked sort of there, but now it's going to go all the way out to there and up more, because you can fit it in the middle as well. So a bucket, shot myself in the foot, haven't I? Oh, I'll just go out and cut a little bucket of firewood. Yeah, no longer a little bucket of firewood, is it? It's a bit of a big bucket, but geez, she's mean. And this will be strong enough to lift up logs, right? If you have 2 logs on there, just go in between with the chainsaw. So you're not hitting the metal. Oh, I'm excited. This is cool. All right. Wow, what does my tractor look like now? Mean machine. I did get a 3-point linkage, pallet forks as well. Haven't fitted them, but if I even want to extend and even pimp it out even more, get like a pallet crate with the pallet forks on the back of the tractor, and you fill up the 1,000-litre bucket with firewood, the front bucket with firewood, and that does you for a few weeks of firewood. You can see my firewood pile. I've just been so busy with the renovation that some nights I didn't even start the fire. I just used what hot water I had, and look at it, it's so sad now. But like, I've got so many jobs I need to finish, and I'm waffling onto the camera, and I need to leave tomorrow to go back to Sydney, so I better crack on. I think the paint is almost dry, or is dry, for the skirting, so I can get that fitted before lunch, then clean up the house, because I'm not going to leave it in a mess. Then we can do some walkthrough videos of everything I've done since I've been here. Then cut some firewood, some sticks, so when I come back we're all good to go. I think if I keep on cracking away and stop bludging, stop talking to the camera, we can get it done. Well, I'm happy that worked. I probably need to put something there, because in all my genius I forgot that the wood will just fall in between them, so that's why all those sticks are there. But still, pretty genius plan. Works.
And now I was truly on the home stretch. The last job that I would get to do before having to go back to Sydney, or as I like to call it, shit-ney. Nah, it's not that bad. It's just not for me. I can't bag out Sydney too much. Sydney siders get a little bit sensitive about it, and I might get boycott. Oh well, shit happens. Whatever. Anyway, I only used 3 to 4 nails per piece of skirting. This is a decorative panel. It's non-structural. It's not doing anything. So I didn't use that many nails putting it on.
just enough to hold it on and keep it there nice and secure. As you can see, the white, the gold trim, and then the wood floors, it does look pretty amazing, and it does work. I could have tried and opted for the trim that blends in, but I just wasn't feeling it when I was in the store looking at it.
So, pretty much done. For now anyway. I've got to head back to Sydney for a week, but so my holidays are now over, back to the grindstone, actual work. But I managed to achieve a lot. These rooms done. Don't look at that, that's messy. So the top half of the house, pretty much done. Just need furniture in here and then just a few little finishing touches. As you can see, still a bloody construction site or bombs going off down there. And then I've also got one bedroom done. You're probably wondering, why is he always wearing hats? It's because my hair is feral, so that's why. But I think that is fantastic. So I think we're going to end the episode here today on a very good note. Thanks everyone for watching. Next week, in Sydney, so not going to make an episode, but I may do a mini vlog of me just whinging about city life. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, catch you guys.
If you like this video, remember to like and comment the video. It really does help boost the video. And subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I'm going to continue making these videos, and I very much appreciate everyone's support with it. Thanks again, guys. You're all awesome.